Welcome back, America. Hugh from ALEC.org conference in Atlanta, joined by Speaker Phil Gunn. Now, Speaker Phil Gunn has some disabilities. He went to Baylor and Ole Miss for law school, so he doesn't know much about football. Nothing about football, actually. It's all that I'm sorry, Speaker.
Well, you will recall Baylor and Ole Miss played each other in the Sugar Bowl last year.
Well, no, I just follow Ohio State because I only follow the winners.
I went, and I sat quietly, and I watched.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's a kind of a conflict, isn't it?
It is.
I went to law school at Michigan, and I still root against them every year. Speaker Gunn, you just did an amazing thing. You cut taxes in Mississippi. We're talking about all sorts of things with ALEC people. Tell us about Mississippi tax cuts.
Well, we started with the premise that putting money back in the pockets of the taxpayers is a good thing. And I honestly don't see how anybody who's a conservative could disagree with that concept. When you let people keep more of their hard-earned money, they have a better ability to provide for themselves, improve their quality of life, take care of their children, give more to their church. Those dollars turn over in the community. The businesses prosper. There's just no downside to letting people keep more of their hard-earned money. And so I had this passion to eliminate our income tax. We have a
Bravo.
Well, thank you.
Virginia, Governor Youngkin, listen to this.
We started on this plan to eliminate the income tax. We didn't quite get all the way there. But if anybody who follows politics and legislation, you get the best deal you can get and then live to fight another day. We were able to move to a flat tax and eliminate basically about a third of the personal income tax in Mississippi.
This is why red states are getting businesses and people. It's why California is losing their high income. They're going to Tennessee and Florida and now Mississippi. Yeah. They're going to Texas and Arizona, which just had a flat tax at 2.5%.
That is correct.
It is the future of the country. People do not want to give more of their money to the state government.
And the situation we found ourselves in this year, let me make kind of a side comment here. I was disappointed to find that my struggle wasn't from necessarily the other party, but it was with people within my own party who were nervous about relinquishing tax dollars, because we might need it to spend on stuff. And when we looked at our revenues for last year, we had done the budget, we'd given a teacher pay raise, we'd filled the rainy day fund, we had fixed the pension system, and we still had $800 million left over. And my argument, my challenge, as I said, was within my own party. So some of those people that I was arguing with, I said, look, guys, we have spent money on everything we can think to spend on, and we still have $800 million left over.
Money is not the problem.
It is time to give that money back to the taxpayers.
Are voters appreciative, Philip Gunn?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And they are going to reap the benefits of this as we move forward. Because it's a third. They basically keep a third of their income tax that they were sending to the state of Mississippi. They now get to keep in their pocket.
That's real money.
And that for some, it's going to improve. I mean, it's another bag of groceries a month. It's another utility bill. I started to say it's another tank of gasoline, but it may be a half a tank of gasoline. But you understand, this is it's another pair of shoes for their kids. I mean, they can take these dollars and improve their quality of life.
As someone with 5 grandchildren, I know what young parents do, and the money goes.
It does.
Now, in London last night, I'm going to connect Mississippi and the United Kingdom. Rishi Sunak changed his appeal to the Tory Conservatives. He adopted the tax cut agenda that Liz Truss had been running on. Too late. Right. Conservatives want tax cuts because they think government's too damn big. I mean, everywhere, at every level, every state, it's just too big. Who pushed back the hardest against the flat tax in Mississippi?
Well, as I said, you had those Democrats that were on the other side, obviously, who were very nervous about, keep in mind, Mississippi's the poorest state in the country. So there's a demand for a lot of different things, and government is supposed to step up, and government is supposed to solve all the problems, which is not what we as conservatives believe.
No, it's not.
I've said it often. Now, not every problem requires a government solution. But there are those who want to keep every tax dollar we can get and spend it. And sadly, they had some within my own party who adopted that mindset. And it was a challenge to get them on board to say, we are spending, as I said, we are spending every dollar, everything we can come up with, and we still have a bunch of money left over. So the challenge was we give them back the $800 million, or we invent and come up with new ways to spend this money, which is not what we as conservatives should do.
The greatest social service agency in America is the American church. They do more for more people, and you said something. you can give more to your church with
Yes,
that
sir.
tax money. Yes, you can, and people on the left don't get that. But people on the right understand, well, I tithe, or I do this, or I do that, and I support.
Right.
And that's just brilliant. Is it spreading, and will you tackle education next? We have a minute. Will you free kids from public schools?
We have tried to do that as well. We passed a charter school bill when I first became speaker. The first year I became speaker, we decided we were going to push forward with some school choice options. Ended up being the longest debate in the history of the Mississippi House of Representatives. Over 12 hours, we debated whether or not we should give school choice options to children. So it's become a real challenge. But yeah, we are trying. I will brag on our state. We've seen tremendous education improvements over the last 5 or 6 years in Mississippi.
Speaker Philip Gunn, thank you. Congratulations. Keep leading on. You're not term limited. Keep your state doing innovative things. And I hope you catch some Big Ten football and learn what it's all about.
Thank you, sir.
I'll be
Appreciate it.
right back, America. Stay tuned. It's the Hugh Hewitt Show from the ALEC.org conference in Atlanta. Stay with us.
Portions of the Hugh Hewitt Show are brought to you in part by the